Okay, so first let's start with a few housekeeping items, or should I say housewives keeping item. So, the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they have started filming as of last week. So, if you've been around on social media, there's some pictures that are circulating. We have seen some of their looks. We've seen Teresa, Jennifer, Jen Fessler, and her mom and aunt. I believe we saw a picture of I'm not sure if I've seen Margaret yet. I haven't seen Margaret, but I've seen Melissa. Ooh, boy, does she look great. And Melissa had a birthday party for her daughter, Antonia. And I have to say that I can't believe that Antonia is 18 years old already. I can't remember how old Antonia was when she joined the show, but she was fairly young. I would say maybe 5 or 6. And I remember that Gino was little as well. And Joey was just a baby that used to be on the floor quite often. So all the kids are really super cute. But 18 years old already was kind of a shock. I was just like, wow, she's really grown into this beautiful woman, like young woman, I should say, right? Because she's still young, 18 years old. And it seems like Melissa and her family have thrown a really nice party celebration for Antonia, who just turned 18. So I'm not quite sure what the law is in New Jersey or in New York. I would have to Google that. But here where I am at 18 years old, well, depending on which province, right? But at 18 years old in Quebec, for example, you are considered an adult, and the rest of Canada is basically you're considered an adult at the age of 19. So I would have to check if Antonia is, I think it's 21. Isn't it 21 in the States? Yeah, I think it would be 21. But anyways, I digress. So Antonia had a birthday party celebration, and we're just into like a couple days into filming, and there's already a little bit of drama because I've seen online, well, I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this at this point, but Lisa Simpson, who happens to be Antonia's aunt, basically she is Melissa's sister. I don't think she's the older sister. I think the older one is Kim, because I think a lot of people seem to think that Lisa is the oldest, but I really believe that Kim might be the oldest. But anyways, Lisa, who is Antonia's auntie, and also happens to be her godmother. She wrote a post online on Instagram, and actually, I'm going to read it to you guys. She posted on the day of the actual party. She said, "My godchild, how are you 18? I love you so much. I am so proud of you and how you have weathered the storm of growing up on national TV. You have shown us nothing but grace." And she has put this in all caps, right? "You have never said a negative thing about any of these crazy situations that you have been thrown into. Pardon me. I'm always here for you, and I love you beyond." And then she tags Antonia in her post. So if you go back to the actual post on her IG, the post is still there, but Lisa has turned off the comments. So she has turned off the commenting option under her post. I must have caught it maybe a few minutes after she did this, because I've seen other people comment online saying that they were able to comment under her post, and then she had to close up the comment thing because some people were getting very nasty under there, right? And I'm just going to give my opinion when it comes to the whole thing. I see nothing wrong with what Lisa Simpson said about her godchild. I have said this extensively in all of my other episodes. I think that Antonia Gorga is a beautiful young lady. And it's true. I am myself surprised at times that those kids, all three of them, not just Antonia, I'm talking about Antonia, I'm talking about Gino, I'm talking about Joey, they have never gotten involved with any of the drama. They have never said one bad word about any of their cousins or her auntie or even Joe Judice. they've been nothing but gracious towards their family. And you know, they could have said a lot of things back in the day, right? There was a lot that was done towards Melissa at the beginning. And I'm not saying that, they didn't play tit for tat. Everybody played a part at some point in time. But what I'm going to say is when it comes to, let's say, we just take the whole dancer debacle. Okay, so that was one thing. And the whole cheating rumors, that was another thing. And then all the thing about, not being there for the parents. And after that, fast forward to last season with Louis and not inviting their Nona and all of that. The kids could have gotten involved too. They've been on the show since season 3, and they could have very well had an opinion and decided to do confessionals and state their opinion on camera, which they have never done. And to me, I have to give a lot of credit to Melissa and Joe. I know a lot of people like to always see faults in what they're doing, but we have to give them credit when credit is due. And the fact that they were able to raise 3 amazing children while being on a reality TV show, and a lot of things have been thrown at them that were not always like good things or positive things, like most things that they have endured on the show, especially when it comes to their family and their relationship as a couple. It could have destroyed them. It could have destroyed their family, but really they kind of rose above it all, and they didn't let it affect their family, and their children never shown the viewers, they never shown us or Teresa or the cousins that they had hate in their heart for them, right? And I'm not sure that the same can be said. No, actually, no, not. I'm not sure. I am sure. I am sure that the same cannot be said when it comes to the other side, right? And that's kind of funny because I've seen online, from that podcast, all about the bullying. I mean, all about the truth. All about the truth. They were saying online, they were saying that Melissa's family was shading Gia Giudice, right? What's funny to me is that Lisa Simpson didn't say anything about Gia in her post. She didn't name Gia. She didn't name any one of Teresa's kids. So I thought it was kind of interesting for them to go on their podcast and say, oh, Melissa's family is shading specifically Gia. It leads me to believe that it's basically their own admission that they know that Gia has not always done the right thing when it comes to her Aunt Melissa. So thanks All About the Real Housewives, or All About the Truth, for admitting that. It was like a subtle admission because they didn't say, Lisa Simpson didn't say Gia. She didn't say her name. She didn't say any of the kids' name. But you did that in your podcast, so you know that Gia has not always been respectful when it comes to her aunt and uncle on national TV. Yes, she has the right to talk about how she feels. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with sometimes, it's the way that it was done, right? But when it comes to Lisa Simpson's post, I see nothing wrong with what was written. I think that Antonia is a fantastic kid. We barely even see her. She seems to be like shy and wants to run away from the cameras, and the kids are not involved. And honestly, I think it's a testament to the parents for sheltering their kids from the drama of it all. So I thought I would just say that when it comes to the Melissa Gorga, Antonia, and Lisa Simpson birthday party.